Ready to go.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Today we're working on this little Craftsman 25cc blower. Now, the guy I bought it from told me that the fuel pump just didn't pump right. It wouldn't pump decently. And I'll show you why. Let's get started. Okay, this is one of the more curious carburetor setups you're going to see out there. We're going to use our T25 to pull the carb off. You really only need 2 tools for this one, unless you're replacing fuel lines. To get the carb off and get it all broken down, you only need a T25 and a Phillips. Now, the gentleman that I got this from may have worked on it, I'm not sure. Since he told me it didn't pump, I knew exactly what to look for. So let's go ahead and have a look at the fuel gasket. Okay, you can see it's concave here. It means this fuel gasket, it's 2 things. It's aftermarket, it's been rebuilt once, and it's just about done. And that's not saying anything bad about aftermarket gaskets. If you leave fuel in them, any gasket in the world is going to fail on you. The ethanol fuel would just eat these gaskets up. So let's look at the metering diaphragm and see what she looks like. And make sure you got a nice, clutter-free workspace when you start, because it's easy to lose these little screws. Okay, if you look at this, see the little dents and things in it? If you listen to it, you can hear it's crackly. That means this metering diaphragm's just shot. It's done its day. And again, somebody just left fuel in it over the winter for who knows how many winters. It could have been quite a while. So now, even though this looks really good, we're going to go ahead and run it through the ultrasonic. If you don't have an ultrasonic, just stick it in carb cleaner overnight and you'll get the same job done. Okay, let's dunk her in. Let's set her for 20 minutes. And go. Mine got a little beat up. I hit it with a weed eater accidentally while I was testing it. Okay, now that she's out of the ultrasonic, let's get her back together. First thing we'll do is put the fuel gasket and all that whatnot back on. So you can see there are pins here on the top plate for the carburetor. I don't know that these carburetors have a top. They run perfectly good upside down. When you order one of these, hold your old one up against the computer and visually compare it to the one you're ordering, because you can have one hole that's out of place and you've got the entirely wrong part. It's like there's a carburetor called the C1U, which is by far the most common carburetor that you're going to see on one of these. And the C1U has a whole lot of variations. And you'll have one hole here and one hole there that's slightly different on the fuel gasket and on the body, a slightly different drilling. And that'll do it. You'll put it back together, swearing that you did everything perfect, and it won't work because a hole's missing, or there's an additional ventilation hole where it shouldn't be. So we're getting our fuel gaskets back on. Get these nice and snug, but don't go crazy. They don't need to be too tight. And now, metering diaphragm. Metering diaphragm also has little pilot holes on this one, which makes your life a whole lot easier. We'll throw the gasket on, throw a new metering diaphragm on, and we're done. There we go. Now, there's no alignment for this. You got to just eye it on. And I usually get all the screws in and started before I tighten anything down, just to be careful. I'm sure any of you guys who work on engines a lot have seen where you tighten up 2 screws and the 3rd one won't go. Or, God forbid, 7 screws and the 8th one won't go. And you swear that there's no way that a heavy part like that could flex. But you can. It can flex just that tiny bit, just enough to go out of alignment on the last one. And God knows with those long skinny water gaskets or water pump gaskets, I've had more than one where I tighten the first one and it tweaks the gasket just enough where the last one won't go. Now the fun part is you'll notice this one has 3 fuel lines. And here's what we're going to do. Now the bottom one here goes to this little vent right here. The return goes to the primer here. And this goes here. Now I get these two backwards all the time. You can tell if you got it backwards, because that happens. That means we got it backwards. And I always say, if you get them backwards, just switch them. That's exactly what we're doing here. An overly complicated primer system, that's easy to do. Now I've noticed these 3-leg primers never prime good. I'm sorry, they never prime well. There we go, now we're getting somewhere. I don't care about the primer bulb filling up. I'm watching this fuel line. Now we'll tighten that down since we're happy with that. We got the ring gasket on this, so that's no big deal. And I think the boss is about to come down and swing the door open. I can hear her stomping down the stairs. And there she is. And she closed the door. Okay, let's switch back to our T25. And that should just about do it. And let's crank her up and see if she runs. Set it to start. Okay, everything works correctly. A little sticky the first time I did it. Okay, why aren't you latching? Ah, you go under. There we go. Let's give her a pull. I'll turn off noise cancellation so you can hear it. Look, you can see it's blowing out a lot of flooding out of the carburetor. Sounds like we could tweak the high end just a little bit. The high end is okay though. The high end is the one farther from the carburetor. In this particular carburetor uses the A-circle. Sounds good, sounds good. Now I'm going to let that run straight through because a lot of people ask if there's any cheating going on. If you know, cheating would be like if I warmed it up before I did that first test on camera. And it's nice to see that that indeed was the first test. This thing went from not being functional at all, quick rebuild on the carburetor. And I also replaced the primer bulb, but that was off camera. I've got to do a video on that. This is a 3-leg primer. And they're pretty exotic compared to the regular 2-leg primer. So that was it. That was straight through, nonstop. This thing runs like a champ now. So all you new people out there, if you made it this far, you might as well subscribe. It's free and it's what we work for. So thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.